Hello, fellow trainers, and welcome back for some more Pokemon Bliss and Oblivion project here on PTE Creative Channel. We're on YouTube. You want to see new Pokemon? So let's go! Today you're going to be reintroduced to Cardember, the fire starter of Halzari. Here you can see a little bit more of the artistic process. I have released this in the past on social, but never on full-form YouTube like this, a YouTube video like this. So I thought it might be interesting to see how many different color palettes I went and tried to explore while creating Cardember's look. If you couldn't tell from the fire starter, it's got a lot of obvious fire things to it. Cardember is number 4 in the Halzari Pokedex, and it's certainly a very special to me personally. Now, as we move into the stats, Cardember is the leaf clutching Pokemon, and its ability is Flash Fire. One of the things that was really interesting, if you ever caught the past videos of the Halzari region from way back, Cardember was one of the first Pokemon I ever introduced. And it was so interesting. I don't know how many of you online know this. It's pretty common, though. It's often said that loved ones that have since passed can revisit you in the form of cardinals. And whether you believe that kind of thing or not, it's usually said as a comforting thing. But it's crazy how you notice it after you see. It's not as if cardinals weren't in my life prior. It's just after a loved one passes away, such as my father-in-law or other people in my life, when they pass away, or my grandfather, you notice it a little bit more. And I remember recording the first video and seeing a cardinal right outside my window as I was recording, and it made me a little bit of emotion. Gave me a little bit of emotion doing that, and it's something I want to bring out in the design, but also the idea, which is why its ability is Flash Fire. Flash Fire is an ability in which if a fire Pokemon is attacked with a fire move, it just increases its stat and increases in power. Because I was going for more of an element of a bit of a Phoenix vibe with that idea, but still keeping the traditional elements of a Cardinal to give it more of that fire element too. So the Phoenix vibe and the fire comes through, but the Cardinal side and the ideas of reincarnation or the ideas of that are tied into it with the Cardinal, which is also why it clutches that leaf. And I'll explain that a little bit more. So as Cardember and their evolutionary line are bred, Cardember and their evolutionary line are bred near a flame-resistant tree native to the Halzari region. They clutch a leaf from that tree species throughout their lifespan. So, in an odd way, Cardember is very interesting as it clutches that leaf as kind of a security blanket. And since I've already unveiled the rest of the starter line in the past, I have no problem sharing a little bit more. That leaf becomes more and more integral to its identity and what it can and can't do as a Pokemon. And it becomes a highly defensive measure, which is very interesting for a fire-type Pokemon. But it also becomes part of its attack basis as well, which is more associated with fire-type Pokemon. But I thought it balanced 3 real cool themes there with the Phoenix and reincarnation, with fire elements of the Phoenix rising from the ashes, Flash Fire getting more power from the flame, Cardinals with the idea of the reincarnation of a loved one outside, so it's a very loyal thing that always gives you that comfort. And it hits on that odd supernatural note that's always throughout our lives in some way, shape, or form, whether you choose to believe it or not. It's not something that I'm personally like, oh, that's definitely my loved one out there if I see a cardinal. But it is somewhat of a comforting thought, even if it's not something I truly, buy into as a personal belief system. So you have those elements. But then with the clutching leaf, you have something where it's kind of the stages of necessarily grief or the ideas of memory and grief, in which you're clutching to something because it's so important to you. Then slowly but surely, you know how to turn that into the positive of the memory of the person that you lost, which I think is really interesting. And Cardember is one of those Pokemon for me that as I designed it and as I think about it more, I find more and more ways that it's more impactful to me as both someone who just loves Pokemon and loves being in that world, but also someone who's trying to create new things and try to impact other people through my art, which is also really, really cool in my opinion. Now, speaking of art, before I go through the rest of Cardember stats, I wanted to ask you, head on over to our Etsy shop, ptcreative.etsy.com. It's a really cool place where you can get a lot of cool stuff like stickers or t-shirts. Just to scroll through a little bit here, we've got our nice Styduck Stressing Depressy shirt. I sell Pokemon mystery packs on there. You can find stickers of all cool things, football related, other fictional properties, national park stickers, stuff that you can take wherever you want to get a little piece of home with you if you need it, or just something to celebrate your favorite franchises. And more is coming all the time over on the ptcreative.etsy.com, so the Etsy shop. So go check it out. Once again, it's ptcreative.etsy.com for some more cool stuff that you can have as you go through it. Now, as we get back, Cardember's stats, the baseline, I believe I used Torchic as the baseline, but I upped it by about two stat points. Its HP is 43, which is nothing crazy to write home about, but it's traditional for a fire starter. Speed is 65, so this is a speed-based Pokemon here. It's definitely the fastest of the three traditional starters that I have, even though there is a starter for all 18 types in the Halzari region. Its attack is 52, defense is 45. Special attack is 60, special defense is 50. So you can see it favors that attack here. But slowly but surely, it will most likely become more balanced with evolution, as I stated before, because of those elements of that tree branch, that tree leaf becoming so important to it and growing with it. So it has an average stat of 52.5 and a total of 315 baseline. It is not even a foot tall in its baseline status of 11 inches tall. And obviously, it's pure fire type as a fire starter. It's only 4.7 pounds, which is right around a Pidgey, baseline Pidgey. So I wanted to really give those elements to give you the idea of a small bird that loves you and grows with you as your starter Pokemon. And I think I really achieved that with some of those statistics and the sizing portion of it. But as you think more about and enjoy more videos about Pokemon Bliss and Oblivion over here, T Creative, those are the elements I'm always trying to hit, is real world implications of what this would be like, what it is, and what does it mean? Why is that Pokemon important? And I think that Cardember is, ironically, I wasn't trying to make all the starters the most impactful thing in the world. I was just trying to create cool Pokemon so for myself and others to enjoy and for myself to tell a story. But Cardember has become one that I just absolutely adore because of all the implications that I kind of stated during its description here. But I hope you enjoy Cardember, and I hope you enjoy yourself some more PT Creative. So if you'd like to, head back over to our YouTube channel for even more stuff. Every weekday, Monday through Friday, you are going to see new content released on the channel. So Monday, you've got yourself more Pokemon card pack openings, as I'm always going to be in that hobby now, it seems, for the rest of my days. Tuesday, it's the long form. It's the Onetta Show. It's kind of podcast format as we're pushing and doing all kinds of fun stuff. We're talking about Smash Bros. And a possible rebooted project of it. We've talked about Pokemon. We talked about Legos, but we're going to talk about even more things moving forward. Please go check that out as much as you possibly can and share it with others. Wednesday, you're already here. You already know about it, but it's Pokemon Bliss and Oblivion. Thursday, it's the all football show. It's the Onetta Football Show. Big football fan, and I want to share some thoughts with you, and I want to hear your thoughts in the comment section as well. So if you love pro football and all things attached to it, go to the Onetta Football Show every Thursday on the PTE Creative channel. As it's draft season now, so it's hope season for NFL fans. Friday is the rotating basis, so you might get the Onetta Adventure Show. You may get the Onetta Brick Builder Show, which is all about Legos. The Adventure Show, which is all about my personal adventures and sharing places to visit and travel to in this world and real cool ways to do it. You may get some more Pokemon pack openings on there, but you also might get some specialty projects. We're diving back into the world of Yu-Gi-Oh! As I'm starting to introduce myself back into that for the first time in 2 decades. And even more fun and cool stuff can come on Fridays. But every single weekday you can find cool, creative stuff over at the PT Creative channel. So go check that out for yourself. Get some more entertainment. But as always, thank you so much for watching. We appreciate it. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, just so you never miss a single thing. And share this with as many people as you can, as it helps us grow and it helps us make more cool content for each and one of you out there. Thank you so much. Peace, love, and hugs to all of you. Bye.